Welcome learners. Our daily lesson is nitrogen and its compounds. Subtopic is nitrogen gas. This is how to prepare in the laboratory. Now first begin by looking at the introduction, which you look at the position of the nitrogen element in the periodic table. It is atomic number 7, therefore it's found in group 5, period 2. Next look at the occurrence. Nitrogen exists in air as a gaseous element consisting of the atomic molecules and occupies about 78% by volume in air. It also occurs in combined form with other elements, e.g. in sodium nitrate and proteins. Now, and then you look at the laboratory preparation of nitrogen gas. Now, next, look at how to prepare nitrogen. Nitrogen can be prepared in the laboratory by isolation of nitrogen from air or thermal decomposition of ammonium nitrates. Industrially, it is prepared by fractional distillation of liquid air. So we begin by looking at first laboratory preparation of nitrogen by isolation of nitrogen from air. Reagents used is Coppertonics and concentrated sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide. Now the role of each of the reagents mentioned is, the first one is concentrated sodium hydroxide. Now when air is passed through concentrated sodium hydroxide, it absorbs carbon dioxide in air. Sodium hydroxide reacts with carbon dioxide in excess to form sodium hydrogen carbonates. In limited, it forms sodium carbonates plus water. So the equation is as follows: sodium hydroxide aqueous plus CO2 gas. When it's in excess, I said it forms sodium hydrogen carbonate. Aqueous. Now when it is limited carbon dioxide, we say sodium hydroxide aqueous plus CO2 gas gives you sodium carbonate aqueous plus water liquid. So I put here 2 to balance the equation. Now the next thing we look at is Coppertonics. The role of Coppertonics: heated copper removes oxygen in air by a process called oxidation. Now the equation for the reaction there is copper plus oxygen arrow give you copper 2 oxide. Chemical equation is Cu solid plus oxygen gas gives you copper oxide solid. Balance the equation, place here 2 and then here 2. Now the color of copper is brown and the color of copper oxide is black. So you can be told to state the observation made either during the experiment and at the end of the experiment. So observation made during the experiment is brown copper changes to black. After the experiment, you say black solid is formed. Reason for the observation made is heated copper reacts with oxygen in air to form copper dioxide, which is black. Now points to note about this experiment is the nitrogen gas obtained from this experiment is impure. Reason: it contains impurities, e.g. noble gases and dust particles. The main impurity in the gas collected is argon. Reason: it is inert. Now the diagram below shows laboratory preparation of nitrogen by isolation of nitrogen from air. Now air enters through this part here. It comes into the aspirator. The aspirator contains air. Air displaced out here. And then it's passed through sodium hydroxide concentrated which absorb carbon dioxide. Then the remaining air is passed to the combustion tube. This is the combustion tube here. This combustion contains heated Coppertonics, which reacts with oxygen in air to form copper dioxides. The remaining air, which is mainly nitrogen, is collected by upper water method here. So this is a bare shell trough, and that's nitrogen gas collected there. Points to note: role of the tap water is to displace air into aspirator. Now sometimes you may ask, what will happen if magnesium is used instead of copper? Now what will happen is less nitrogen gas will be produced. Reason is magnesium is a reactive element and reacts with both oxygen and nitrogen gas in air. Now when dry nitrogen gas is required, the gas is passed through concentrated sulfuric acid or anhydrous calcium chloride, then collected using a syringe. Now method number 2 of how to prepare nitrogen in the laboratory is decomposition of ammonium nitrates. Now note that ammonium nitrate cannot be used alone because it explodes when heated in small amounts. Therefore, what should happen therefore here? A mixture of ammonium chloride and sodium nitrate is used. So the reaction occurs in 2 steps. The first step is when a mixture of ammonium chloride and sodium nitrate is heated, they react to form ammonium nitrate and sodium chloride. The equation is as follows: sodium nitrate plus ammonium chloride. I say it forms sodium chloride plus ammonium nitrate. This is aqueous. That is aqueous there. That is aqueous. And this aqueous there. Now in step number 2, sodium chloride is a stable salt, while ammonium nitrate is unstable salt. So ammonium nitrate decomposes to form nitrogen gas and water, as shown in the equation below. Ammonium nitrate, aqueous, arrow, gives you nitrogen gas plus water, liquid, put here 2. Note that the initial amount of gas should not be collected because it is impure. That is, it is mixed with air originally in the flask. Therefore, after the preparation of the gas is collected by over water methods. Reason, it is lightly soluble in water. Now the diagram below shows laboratory preparation of nitrogen by decomposition of a mixture of ammonium chloride and sodium nitrate. We place a mixture of ammonium chloride and sodium nitrate. Then the mixture is heated here. I said the reaction occurs in 2 steps. Then nitrogen is collected here by over water method. This is a delivery tube. Now take note that the nitrogen obtained in the first method, that is isolation from air, is denser than this second method here, because in the first method it contains impurities, that is noble gases and dust particles. Now learners, the next lesson we're going to look at